Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the 80-pound division for 10 and 11-year-olds. Introducing first, out the blue corner, he's wearing the red trunks with blue trim. From Charlotte, North Carolina, please welcome Jamario Young. And in the red corner, he's wearing the silver and the red trunks. He's a three-time Golden Gloves and Silver Gloves national champion from Washington, D.C., Gary Russell.
This is the other brother. Okay. There's three of them.
Back here on the Platinum Gloves Invitational, Gary Digital Williams alongside the Fight Dr. Jerome Spears and the ambassador, former IBF junior middleweight champion Vincent Petway. We have Gary Russell taking on Jamario Young. Gary Russell, we're going back down to the 80 pounds. This is the 10 and under, 10 and 11, I should say, age bracket, and they're both going for it here.
Well, tell you what, the way Russell stormed across that ring there, he had some business on his mind, and boy, he's just dropped a couple of serious shots there.
Gary Russell, another one of the brothers of Gary Fast Hands Jones. We saw also on the card as we taped this, Gary Russell Jr. And this is Gary A. Russell here from Washington, D.C. And those who haven't had a chance to see the professional Gary Fast Hands Jones, very promising junior middleweight contender in the Washington, D.C. area. And now referee William Johnson asked him to tie up Gary Russell's singlet there.
And I actually think it's four of the brothers. Or maybe it was two of the younger brothers and Gary Fast Hands Jones.
My goodness, that's a boxing family there.
Exactly.
And definitely has some talent.
And I tell you what, Gary Russell just hooked to the body and came up to the head with some serious precision there. This kid knows what he's doing.
An outstanding round there for Gary Russell, and you got to give credit to his opponent Jamario Young for keeping in there. Once again, we thank the Hobo Shop and Cash Flow Productions, helping our brothers out. Hobo Shop helping our brothers out. Sportswear Incorporated. Locations in both Baltimore and D.C. And, of course, some of the great names who have worn Hobo clothing, such people as the heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim Rahman, the former middleweight champion, William Jaffe, former junior welterweight world champion, Sean Bay Mitchell. Also, I thank our sponsors, Magnolia Coach, Limo, and Sedan. The Ring Card Girls, just like the one you see in front of us, they're wearing Hobo clothing. And round two now, 3 one-minute rounds here. Gary Russell Jr., Gary A. Russell, I should say, starting out quickly. And Jamario Young trying to keep going. You see the eyes kind of closing. They're trying to throw the punches they need to do. But for the most part, they keep their eyes open, do a great job.
Well, Jamario Young, he's a game fighter, a game boxer. He's waiting for the storm to come, and then he lets go with what he has. But I tell you what, Gary A. Russell is bringing it hard and bringing it strong here. And certainly impressing the fans here that come to watch these boxing matches tonight.
Right, so going to the body, bringing it back to the head, and doubling up on the same hand with the punches. That's outstanding stuff, and countering very well. I'm
noticing Gary Russell's stance when he gets ready to throw punches. Now, he threw a beautiful body shot down there. But his stance is definitely someone that is beyond his years. And it'll be a standing 8 count for Jamario Young, given by referee William Johnson, as Gary Russell definitely putting on the pressure in this round.
And I just noticed him looked at his corner and he touched his belly as if to say he's hurting him with the body shots. So he's pretty wily for a small guy.
Man, Gary Russell showed a kind of face of disgust here at ringside as he wanted to go in there and try to end this fight here, but Jamario Young looks like he's suffering just a little bit here.
Well, he's not only mastered some of the rudimentary things you want to see a fighter be able to do in terms of moving his hands and legs, he's got a bit of the psychological game down too. He's putting a lot of psychological pressure on his opponent here tonight as well.
Again, they're coming from a boxing family, as we talked about. Look at Jamario Young. He was breathing kind of heavily in this in the latter stages of the second round here. So we check to see how he's doing. Well, Gary Russell, as we said, coming from a boxing family. Gary Fast Hands Jones, and of course we saw Gary Russell Jr. early on. Tremendous family with a lot of technique and a lot of power involved. Let's get ready for the third and final round of this bout. Jamario Young is going
Ladies and
to
gentlemen,
try it
this
again,
is
but
the
Gary
third
Russell
and
quickly
final
coming
round.
across.
Starts down to the body and works his way up.
There's the right hand. That puts his gloves down. Another standing 8 count for Jamario Young, laid on by referee William Johnson. And Gary Russell just dancing in the corner here, keeping himself limber, keeping himself ready to go.
I get the sense we're going to see another charge, and there
There
it
he
comes.
goes. Again, another right hand.
That's
And once again, the corner of Jamario Young stopping the bout. And the winner is Gary A. Russell. Tremendous performance again by one of the family members or brothers of Gary Fast Hands Jones. Gary A. Russell putting on a great performance.
And to Jamario Young's credit, again, he seems a little bit disappointed, as you would expect him to be. But again, the corner making that assessment that at this stage of the game, we're a little bit outmatched, and you know, there's always going to be another day. We're not in there to go to war. It's not like there's a purse on the line,
right,
or something, a belt that's waiting for us if we can get through this. So it's refreshing to be able to see the corners to be able to make these kind of decisions and spare these guys taking a punishment above and beyond what the sport normally would bring you.
Well, that's what it's all about when you're looking at the well-being and health of the child, of the kid that's participating in the event, in the sport. That's what it is. As you said, it's a big difference. As you said also, it's refreshing to see because you don't see that in the professional
Ladies and
ranks at all.
gentlemen, the winner in the 80-pound class, RSC referee stopped contest, winner by retirement from the red corner, Gary Russell.
So Gary A. Russell, your winner. And again, another strong performance here at the Platinum Gloves Invitational. We have more from the Washington Convention Center in a moment. Stay with us.
Well, we've got the winner here. On you about you ran across the ring like you couldn't wait. What was that all about?
My father told me whenever I fight, just take it to a man.
Just take it to him. And you're from the fighting Russell family, huh?
Yeah,
How many brothers do you have fighting?
fighting 4.
4 brothers fighting. I tell you, you guys know what you're doing in there too. That belt looks pretty good. What are you gonna do with it when you get home?
Put it in my china closet with the rest of my trophies.
What's the best thing you like about boxing?
My dad, I like my dad, training me.
Okay. Father and son deal.
Yeah,
We wish you continued success. All right.
okay, thanks.
All right. Good luck. That's Gary Russell here, folks. Now back to ringside.